Alright, so my sum up of this blaster, because I think this is a very, very interesting blaster. By itself, it's really not that great. If this is the first blaster I got as a kid, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'd be really happy with it. It only has 6 rounds, it's kind of noisy, you know, and, but this is what I think is called, this is just my term for it, I think this is called a platform blaster. This is a blaster that you get this, and it's designed to go with accessories. But it doesn't come with any accessories. You have to buy other blasters to make that happen. Now that's just for kids. You know, somebody like me, I have plenty of 18-round mags. So this only comes with a 6 grip. I really don't care. I have a ton of 18-round mags. I just got a 12-round mag. I can just toss them right in there. That's easy enough. But this is something that does not come with a lot of accessories, but a lot of accessories will go onto it. So that's the same with mags. For comfort, I don't like this blaster by itself. I don't. It's kind of front heavy. It's kind of awkward to move around. I'm sure somebody could get used to it if they really wanted to. But again, with those accessories, you know, if you get a Retaliator, all of a sudden you get this kind of uncomfortable blaster to a blaster that is super comfortable, very compact, and can accept clips, and it's great. The ranges are fair. You saw in the range test about 40 feet or so, 35, 40 feet. Which is definitely fair. You know, that can increase with the voltage, which I'm going to talk about afterwards. But this is a blaster that really needs companionship of other accessories to really make it whole. Specifically, a nice stock and a nice grip at the front. I'm pretty sure if you didn't really want to buy any Elite blasters, you could probably get a Raider stock on there and maybe the bipod from the Stampede. But I actually like this grip a lot better. It also stays onto these handles much easier. I mean, I can move this around. I don't have to worry about it. And you know, it's very sturdy on there. But this is great. This not so much. So definitely, if you have a Retaliator, this is a definite, really great and easy addition. And this is something I could take into HVZ if I did some voltage mods. So also about the voltage mod, I'm sure you've seen in other videos that you can't just plop 4 truss fires and then you're done. Because it has a little thermistor in there, or actually, I really don't think it's a thermal resistor. A lot of people say that. I don't think it is, but it doesn't matter. You can't put 4 truss fires in this thing stock, which I'm sure it's just a simple cut and wire something else in there. But personally, I think throwing 4 truss fires in there is a little bit excessive for the batteries, sorry, for the motors, and it might hurt them. Which is why I run my Raven. 3 truss fires, but I have a switch to switch it over to 4 if I want to for a little bit extra power or a little more shock and awe factor, which is really easy to do. You can just have it at 3 truss fires. I just flip the switch, and so I have that flexibility because they're all lined up in a row. I can easily just rewire the internals. That's super easy mod. If you want to learn how to do that, I can post a video about it. So just leave a comment if you want to learn how to do that. It's a pretty simple mod that I've done. With this, you really can't do that because it's not 2 terminals for each battery. It's 2 on this side and 2 on this side, and inside of there are just little plastic tabs that separate them. So you can run 3 truss fires on this. You just need to replace one of the batteries with a dummy cell, which I don't have. And you can't just switch it over to 4 truss fires. So that's something that you have to do some extensive rewiring to really be able to do. The only thing I think would be possible to do is if you were able to wire some switches in so you could turn on or off each one of these 2 battery terminals. In that case, if you had fully loaded truss fires, you could run it on 8.4 or 16.8 volts. You just have 2 switches. But still, I think that I would like to run on 3 truss fires if I could. But I don't like how I don't have that flexibility. I have to take off the battery door and put in a 4th truss fire if I wanted to run it like that. And that's something I can't really do in the middle of the battle. So something to consider with that is that you don't have as much flexibility as what batteries you want to use as you do with the Raven. Now, another thing about the voltage I found was interesting is when I first see this blaster, I think, oh, this is a great secondary. You know, this is something that has a couple sling mounts on here and here, and I'm thinking maybe I could put this on my bandolier strap. I haven't tested that out yet. I may make a little video segment of me displaying if that works or not. But theoretically, if I could sling this around my back, it's very small, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and I could just kind of quick draw it when I need it as a backup. But then I'm thinking, all right, if I put 4 truss fires in this thing, or 3 truss fires in this thing, I'm running the same voltage as I am with my Raven. So what's the point of me dropping this down to pick up a secondary with the same exact firepower, the same exact mode of firing? You know, why don't I just throw a new mag in here? You know, why not, instead of having this in my pocket, have just another 18 round or 2 18 round mags in there? So then it's sort of like, okay, that's impractical. Well, why don't I just go with the Stryfe then? If I find that this is more comfortable with the stock and a grip on the front, then why don't I just ditch the Raven and then just use this with 3 or 4 truss fires all day? Because I really do like the way this feels. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to use it. Another thing that's possible is that I could just keep it with the stock voltage, or I could just run 2 truss fires on it or something like that. And then this would be, you know, for all intents and purposes, a secondary. If this blaster jams, or I, you know, run out of darts, I can just use this. It doesn't have as great range. But I really don't know. This is something I'm really going to have to battle test a little bit before I really figure out what I want to do with it. So this is just an interesting blaster. I think it's, you know, I think it's very well made. And don't get me wrong. You know, it is a platform blaster. It doesn't come with a lot of things by itself. But I think overall it's a very well made blaster. I like how skinny it is, and I like how small it is. I do like how they put a tack rail underneath here, because even if I put the Retaliator stock on there, if I do put 4 truss fires in this thing and I need this stock to actually make it a little more accurate, I can take this off and still have this grip here. I can't do that with the Raven. Usually they would put the grip onto this stock and then go like this, but then if you wanted to take off that, you don't have a grip anymore. So I like how they put that tack rail right underneath there. It's very tactfully placed. Lights can go there or something like that. So I do really overall like how this blaster laid out. But there's just a couple things that kind of I'm still trying to figure out how it's going to work, and I think only time will tell how this is going to be used in an HVZ setting, in just a general Nerf war setting, which is what I do, a lot of capture the flag, that kind of stuff. But overall, this is a great blaster. If you can find it, I think they went for $30 in Toys R Us, and if you can find them elsewhere for $25, which is probably what's going to go for in like Walmart and stuff, I'd say definitely grab it, especially if you already have some mags lying around, some 18 round mags, some stocks. This is generally a very, very nice blaster, and I really like what Nerf has done. And I think that if I try to predict more of how this is going to be used, I'm just going to end up blabbering on, and it's really not going to be exactly accurate to what this is really going to do. So if you guys want to make, if you guys want me to make an updated video a little bit later, when I've actually played with this thing more in a war scenario, I'll definitely do that to show you guys how this can be effective. But overall, definitely go ahead and grab it if you can, because it's not really supposed to be out yet. But I got one and I love it. So I usually don't do this, but I'd say 9 out of 10 for this blaster. It's a very nice blaster. So that's kind of my review. If you have any more questions, leave a comment down below. Like if you have 2 seconds, subscribe, because I'm coming out with a lot of new stuff and a lot of new mods and stuff like that, if this is your first video that you're viewing. And I'll see you guys later. You guys have an awesome day, alright?